It's the Thursday or Friday Eve edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Welcome back, everyone. And I'm recording this in the 2 o'clock hour on this Thursday, and boy, has it turned pretty nice out. It's not exactly a warm day, but the sun is shining. There's not much of a breeze at all, so we're in pretty good shape overall. What we've got going on today is an area of high pressure that's paying us a little bit of a visit here. Let me bring up the pressure analysis here. I'll show you exactly where that high pressure zone is located. The center of it's actually up here in Canada, but the ridging extends down into the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley. So that this little ridge, this bubble of high pressure, is keeping moisture at bay for now. That's going to change, though, eventually. Look at all this wet weather out across the Midwest this afternoon, and even the threat for some heavy, gusty thunderstorms out here. They might issue a severe thunderstorm watch in this zone in Missouri and Arkansas before the afternoon is through. But we've got a fair amount of sunshine. Now, earlier today, we did have some high clouds around that kind of filtered the sun. But overall, it's been a much better day than yesterday, that's for sure. Yesterday, it took until mid-afternoon for the clouds to clear. Here are our mid-afternoon temperatures. We've got a 53, Youngstown Warren Airport, 52 in Newcastle. Over in Ravenna, it's 53. The Akron Fulton Airport, 53. At Akron Canton at 54 degrees at this hour. So we should be about 10 degrees warmer than this at this time of the year. We're not going to get up to the mid-60s today, but I think we've got a better chance of getting there for the day tomorrow. So kind of zooming back out here and taking a look at the nation as a whole. This system in the middle of the country is our major weather player for the time being. Let me take off some of the information here and show you what's going on temperature-wise here across the country today. And what we've got is a kind of a clash of the air masses going on across the middle of the country. Here's let me bring up the temperature analysis. Here we go. And look where we have kind of the warm air meeting up with cooler air right in through here. No surprise, that's where our storm is, dragging down some cooler air from the north and drawing up some warmer air from the south. So we've got the battle zone going on there. It's pretty warm in the south today. But this cooler air is going to win the battle as we head towards the weekend where we live. I think the weekend will feature temperatures kind of similar to today. We'll be in the 50s during the course of the weekend. So we've had some days where we get well into the 70s and around 80. Spring has won some battles, but over the next week to 10 days, I'm not real optimistic about any kind of sustained warm weather. And when I mean warm weather, I mean above average weather, and that would be 70 or higher generally. Don't see that coming very often as we head towards next week and the beginning of the month of April. All right, so let's head forward to tomorrow. We've got rain heading our way tomorrow, as we've been talking about. So I'm going to skip forward to the middle of the night tonight on our simulated radar product here. I've stopped the clock at, let's see, this would be 3 a.m. It's not here yet, and this has looked slower and slower on each model run over the last couple of days. So this is going to take its time getting here. I thought maybe a couple of days ago this would probably start around daybreak on Friday, but now it looks a little later than that. I've skipped ahead now to 8 a.m. Rain's not quite here yet. Go forward a couple of hours, and here's 10 a.m. And this is when I think the rain's becoming more and more likely on our Friday. Here we are right in here. Steadiest rain, maybe just off to our west at 10 in the morning, but it's starting to get in. And so the lunch hour on Friday is going to be wet. The afternoon's going to be soggy. Here's a look at 12 noon, 1 p.m., and then 2 p.m. So, yeah, looks kind of showery in nature. I don't know if it rains every minute of each hour during this period. Or it could be more convective or showery. In other words, it comes and goes. But nonetheless, we'll need the umbrella getting off the bus stop tomorrow, going home from work tomorrow. This is at, let's see, this would be 5 p.m. Yeah, still raining. Now, the slower progress of this rain has some implications for the YSU spring game tomorrow evening at Stambaugh. I was optimistic earlier that the rain would try to get out of here, but now with this slower idea, it's going to be damp at least at the start of the game. This is at 7 p.m. on Friday. Back edge of that rain's probably just starting to push through at that point. And then as we head towards the overnight Friday night, this is 8 p.m. and beyond this, the rain is going to end. And that'll give us or pave the way anyway, to a decent weekend coming up. It's not going to be real warm, but it looks largely dry. This is Saturday's map right here. And, there might be a lingering shower here on Saturday. As I bring up what's going on Saturday, show you why there might be a kind of a lingering shower or a quick spritz or a sprinkle on our Saturday. It'd help if I bring up the right information here. Let's see. I want that. What we got going on is a mid-level disturbance. And when I say disturbance, I mean some kinks in the atmosphere, some spin in the atmosphere, if you will. The mid-levels at about 18,000 feet is generally what we look at for this. And during the course of Saturday, what we have is a lobe of vorticity or spin in the atmosphere that's going to pivot down here across the Great Lakes. See this thing coming across Lake Huron, going across Lake Erie, heading into upstate New York. And when we have spinning of air parcels at this level, that encourages some lift in the atmosphere. And in this kind of a situation, there might not be much precipitation, but there'll be just enough lift with this disturbance heading through the eastern Great Lakes that there could be a quick shower in spots on Saturday. Here's Saturday afternoon and evening. This isn't going to be a whole lot, but if you're playing golf on Saturday, doing anything outside, getting some yard work done, you might have to duck inside for a few minutes to avoid the raindrops. And it is going to be cool. The temperatures will be dependent on how much cloud cover there is Saturday. The more clouds, the cooler it'll be. Worst case scenario, if we get a stratus deck of clouds that sticks around a little bit longer than we thought, it might not be much more than 52 on Saturday. You get more sunny intervals, that strong late April sun, we could be as warm as 56, 57 on Saturday. All right, skipping ahead to Sunday, this is our better half of the weekend. It looks warmer and dry. And then next week, we've been talking about this for a while now, how next week is going to turn unsettled. This is the end of the day Monday. GFS model has the rain just pushing in at the end of the day Monday. Other models might not be quite this fast, but I think certainly by Monday night and Tuesday, we're going to start to see some raindrops, and this pattern is going to stick around for a while, unfortunately. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to rain all day, every day next week, but several days where we can at least see scattered showers seems pretty likely next week. Before we get to next week, though, not necessarily here, but out in Tornado Alley, the first real bona fide big ticket severe weather outbreak of the season getting set to unfold. This is the severe weather outlook for, this would be Saturday. As you can see, it's from Nebraska down through Texas. And then Sunday is in the red area here, eastern Texas, up through Kansas City. And then Monday of next week, it shifts into the Mississippi Valley. A 3-day event from west to east where there's probably going to be several tornadoes, probably some strong tornadoes mixed in here. Unfortunately, this is the kind of situation where you can get some of those F3, F4 tornadoes that cause quite a bit of damage and, unfortunately, in a lot of cases, some fatalities. So they're really going to have to be on guard in the middle of the country for this severe weather at the end of the week. Well, as far as our weather, severe weather is not our story. Let's talk temperatures in the longer range real quickly here. What we have is the temperature anomaly chart going on here heading into next week. And the start of the week, probably not that cool. In fact, we may be pretty close to average Monday and Tuesday of next week. But as we get underneath that upper level low pressure system, I do think that more and more temperatures are going to tend to trend downwards next week. This is the end of next week, next Friday. A cool pocket across the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, heading into next weekend. So we're talking, 8, 9, 10 days from now. Everything's subject to change, but the confidence is pretty high in the trends here in the longer range that end of next week into next weekend, first weekend of May, looking pretty cool. Hopefully beyond that, we shake that cool and unsettled weather pattern. All right, that's Weather for Weather Geeks on this Thursday. I'll see you right back here Friday afternoon. And on the TV side tonight, you can check out my updated forecast on 21 News at 6 and later on at 11 o'clock. I'll see you then.